Meet ourselves on the floor. Some of us are just coming down to the floor, and some of us have been here for a moment, just already connecting with body. So, as you meet yourself on the floor, whether you've grabbed the bolster and you've supported yourself in some way, or you've just got the knees bent, to release lower back and hips. Some of us were feeling a little bit of kind of holding there. So if you're in a place of ease, then just stay there. But those of you that have just come down to the floor, you might even have the feet the width of the mat and just let the legs very softly as you exhale, release to one side, let the belly gather in, and then inhale to center. And you're not going all the way, it's maybe about half the way or less as you exhale, just going to each side. Other option is to draw the knees, the thighs up towards body. So belly, abdomen. Hands can hold shins or back of the thighs. And so this is a child's pose inverted. So we're now on our back and just rolling a little bit from right to left, just to massage the lower back. You might circle the legs away and towards you. So sometimes when we first meet ourselves on our mat, we're asking body to come into stillness right away. And sometimes body is okay with coming into stillness right away, and we can drop into just being still. But sometimes we also need a little bit of movement. So just check in with yourself if you need a little bit of movement before inviting in some stillness. Okay, and we can bring the bolster a couple different ways to support the release of the pelvis and the lower back. You can keep knees bent, and I flip my bolster up on the side. So if it's unclear what that looks like, you can look at me and notice, oh, that's a really interesting way to keep the knees bent and support the legs. And then you just heel toe the feet away, and it does a really nice release to lower back. Some of us also might find lengthening the legs and putting the bolster more behind the back of the knee, and then you'll touch the calf and also the thigh. For me, my preference is I love to have the knees bent. So I just want you to find a space that nourishes you. Check in if your head needs a little support. Maybe there's a chip foam block that goes behind the skull. Yours has a black cover. I've just kept the yellow one for me. Good. Arms can be out to the side, and you can let the arms float away from you. Or hands can be resting on the belly with elbows on the floor. So you decide what works. Move any props away to create space for self. Okay, and let's align together with breath as we inhale through nose. As we exhale, cleansing breath out the mouth. Let's do that a couple more times. Inhale, breathing through nose. As we exhale, out mouth. Seeing if that is resonating for you, and you might want to do it another one or two or three more times, and letting sound out, which helps to release tension. Ah. We're meeting ourselves in this space as we come in on the mat. And we let that breath in the nose and out the mouth, that cleansing breath, to help us arrive here. Wanting to meet ourselves with the essence of the heart space today. So, whether we're aware right now, there's been a lot of movement and energy, a lot of transition, a lot of transformation happening. And so, in these moments when we shift from summer to fall, okay, moving through these qualities of nature, that we as well have all of the elements in body, in mind. So, we have earth, okay, this feeling of our feet, our legs, the connection up to our pelvic floor, which grounds us into earth energy. We can also feel back body being held by Mother Earth right now. So as you feel, which most of us are noticing, body is a moving breath now in and out of the nose. And so we might feel a quieting of the breath or a smoothing out of the breath as we receive the inhale and spaciousness arrive. Belly expands, rib cage widens. And as we exhale, we can feel that heaviness coming in. There's an invitation where we can meet body, a befriending of body, and dropping into the support of Mother Earth, our support of props. And you might even find that cleansing breath comes in, or that invitation of a pursed lip breath, which is in the nose, softly pursing the lips, and then blowing the exhale through the pursed lip breath. And this will elongate the exhalation, which, whenever we elongate the exhale longer than the inhale, we take the nervous system and we bring in a tool that helps to regulate calm, bring the nervous system into a state of well-being. And then we can feel body and mind starting to communicate a little bit more. So there's the befriending of body, but also a nervous system that we explore in this class. We can hear different sounds for those of us in the studio floating outside of our space, noticing the movement of energy, but keeping yourself exhaling into the earth and just allowing for sounds to be present. As you watch and feel the flow of your breath expanding, you inhale, and softening body on exhale, and feeling the abdomen soften and expand and fill, inhalation. And as we exhale, allow belly to deflate and feel the back of your hips, right hip, left hip, the very center of your pelvis, which is a downward pointing triangle bone called our sacrum, releasing into the earth. And this is our element of water. So the pelvis is governed by water. It's our connection to self. In Sanskrit, this is our swa, our sense of self. So our communion of listening within, noticing our needs. And so when we feel the flow happening in body, the flow of breath, the flow of movement, we can notice that we are an energetic being. We can hear sometimes even the sounds of water when we have a bath or we go and sit by a body of water, how nourishing it is for our body and our nervous system. And then we have our digestive system where we can feel in the abdomen a little bit more in the upper belly, above the belly button. This is our center of fire, transformation, where we transform food into energy and thoughts into action. Noticing heart as we move up into heart center. This is the area of love and compassion and forgiveness, and offering this to self right now, because this practice is for you today. So you might even, as you pause and you feel the element of air filling lungs, body expanding, and as the exhale releases, the body releasing, you might just start to feel into your heart center. So we can touch the surface of the skin, but we can also feel inside the heart muscle, just surrounding this heart muscle with an energetic quality of love and compassion for self today. of whatever is arriving with us into practice. We just are here with it, with a loving awareness. Sometimes we meet ourselves in self-criticism. So just bringing this loving kindness towards self as we breathe. And maybe you even have an intention for practice of something that you would like to cultivate. Maybe it's a calmness of mind, or maybe you want to feel nourished in body. Maybe you want to just feel more ease and less holding. So just see, is something arising for you? If not, you can even pull or bring in something that I'm offering and then bring it into a present tense. So if you picked calmness, just say, I am calm. I feel ease in body. And feel your throat, your jaw, this quality of space. So the last element is called akash or space, where all other elements arrive from in the universe and also in body. So as we're moving, nature's moving from summer to fall, we as well are transitioning from summer to fall through our elemental energetic body. I'm just going to feel the last 2 to 3 to 4 breaths here to notice now our whole body from our head through our arms, our throat, the back of the neck widening, little nod of head and a very soft yes motion, if that feels good. And no kind of dizziness is coming in. You can move the head very softly from left to right in a no motion, maybe only half effort. Bringing in that essence of your sankalpa, your intention in the present tense. So we float down to belly, to hips, through legs, to feet. And then you're just going to start to wiggle fingers, toes. If you've got a bolster underneath your legs like me, you can just start to straighten your legs and it will flatten the bolster down if you've had it tipped on its side. And then I just want you to reach up through arms, up through top of the head, down through legs and feet, and just feel the body just contract a little bit, creating a little bit of tension. And as we exhale out mouth, just let body go. Ah, maybe even a sigh. We're going to do that a couple times, tension and release. So just tensing through body, creating tension where you can notice it, and exhale out mouth, let it go. Ah. One last time, if that resonates for you, creating tension through body, even face, belly, and then exhale, let it go. Ah. Sometimes we create tension to let go of the weight of holding that we carry. Ah. So we're going to allow knees bend. We're going to lift the legs up. If you have the bolster underneath you, just pulling it out. Good. We're going to draw knees up into the chest. Give them one more hug. Roll a little bit from left to right. We're going to take a moment to extend arms and legs in the air, shaking them out. Okay, so just getting into body a little bit more. We're going to do some ankle and wrist circles just to create energy in the limbs. Okay, so if you want, you can keep arms and legs in air, and we're just going to circle the wrists and ankles around, thinking of the toes and the fingers, drawing circles. If having your arms and legs in air doesn't feel good, you can drop elbows onto floor and just bend knees. And just go one direction. Just let any kind of king air releasing, just creating that flow of energy from the lower body, lower limbs, and the fingers. And then go opposite direction if you haven't switched. Feel breath. Anytime breath wants to release out your mouth today, whether it's a pursed lip breath or a sigh, hey, you let that come in. I'm offering that invitation for you to listen to self. Good. One more shake. Oh, nice. And you're going to bring feet down onto floor. We're going to take either an inflated ball in between legs or a block if you have it, okay, in between thighs. And we're just going to take a moment here just to do a little bit of grounding through feet into enlivening legs into the pelvic floor. Yeah, you got it. Good. Just watching all of you to make sure we're all together. Back of the hands on the floor if you can. Palms are open and spacious, facing up towards ceiling. Want you to feel your feet. It might be hip width apart with feet or a little bit wider. Hey, when you exhale, I want you to press and root your feet. So that means all the toes and the heels down into the floor. So it's maybe only 30 to 40% effort. And then I want you to feel the squeezing of the ball in the block on the exhale. Okay, then as you inhale, I want you to relax the pressing of the feet, relax the squeezing of the block, the ball. We're going to do that a couple more times. So you're going to exhale, root feet into floor, squeeze the ball, the block. And then I want you to bring your hands into a very soft fist. And I want you to notice, can you feel the lower belly drawing in and up? Some of you might even feel your pelvic floor gathering. Then as you inhale, I want you to soften the palm of the hand, open the palm of the hand, reach the fingers and the thumb towards the floor, soften the squeeze of the ball, the block, relax the feet. Okay, there's a lot going on. I'm going to repeat this a few times. Exhale, root feet, squeeze the ball, hands come into a soft fist. Notice belly drawing in, maybe pelvic floor gathering. Inhale, open palm of the hand, soften the squeezing of the ball, the block, relax the feet. Okay, we're going to do that a couple more times. Exhale, root feet, squeeze ball, block, hands come into a very soft fist. As you inhale, open palm of the hand, reach all the back of the fingers towards the floor, the thumbs, soften the knees, the thighs, the feet. Two more times. Root feet, exhale, squeeze the ball, the block, hands into soft fist. Inhale, opening palms of the hands, softening legs, relaxing feet. One last time, rooting feet, squeezing the ball, hands into a soft fist. And then at inhale, softening the hands, widening and releasing the legs, softening feet. Good. Now we're going to squeeze the ball, the block. As we exhale, maybe the hands even come to into a soft fist. Let the feet levitate off the floor and bring the thighs up towards you. Okay, then you're going to turn palms down as you open them and have palms down on the floor. So thighs are, you're going to try to bring them as close as you can towards you, squeezing the ball or the block. Try to keep your feet hip width apart. So they want to come together, but see if you can keep the feet the same distance as the knees. Okay, then you're going to exhale. We're going to do a little core twist just to fire the core. So we're going to bring legs towards the sides. You can just go to the left or the right. And then I want you to think of a U shape. So you're going to exhale as you squeeze the ball, pull the legs a little bit up to the side. So you're creating a little U shape. You're going to feel that engagement of lower belly. Then you're going to inhale. You're going to let legs move away through center. As you exhale, squeeze the ball, bring the legs to the opposite side and a little bit up. So you're doing a little U shape. Maybe head turns the same direction. Inhale. This time you're going to point toes as you come into center. As you exhale, you're going to reach through heels, flexing through the feet, squeezing the ball. Good. Inhale, point toes, soften the squeezing of the ball. Exhale, come to the other side, squeeze the ball, reach through the heels. Maybe your head turns same direction as legs or opposite. Inhale, point toes. Good. Exhale, come to the other side, squeeze. Maybe the legs drawing up, just feeling nice core awareness. So every time you come into center, head, legs come to center, toes point. Exhale, coming to the other side. Yeah. So seeing if this is feeling good for you, you stay there. Hands can press into the floor for a little bit of leverage here. Those of you that feel, I think I know where this is going. I want to go a little bit deeper. Then you come with me and do a little bit deeper. If you want to take a break, you take a break. So when you come to the side, you can squeeze the ball and extend the feet, the legs up into the air like you're going to kick a ball in space. Okay, then you're going to exhale, bend knees, toes point into center. Exhale, squeeze the ball, come up onto the other side, extend legs, feet. You got it. Bend the knees, point the toes. Exhale, squeeze, kick a ball in space. Bend the knees, point the toes into center. Inhale, exhale, squeeze, kick a ball in space. We're just going to go back and forth. If you want, one more time to each side. If you're ready to take a break, you let it go. Good. Once you've come and you've done each side, just pull the ball, the block out, release legs. I feel a moment here. Take a few breaths. Notice if body wants a little bit of movement, if you want to straighten legs, if you want to do a little gentle wiper of legs. From right, exhale to left, or just stay. Ah, so just feeling a little bit more awareness of coming into body. We're going to ignite some of our back muscles now. So we're going to come in and we're going to roll over onto our side body. It doesn't really matter what side you roll over on. And then you're going to come up and roll onto your belly. So when you do that, you might want to shift and turn around because you are facing the wall away from the center of the studio. So sometimes it's nice just to turn around. Hey, wiggle a little bit on the floor as you come into belly, just to feel belly. Good. And we're going to bring either chin or forehead on the floor. We're going to let arms come down by our side. Let your palms be facing up towards the ceiling. Good. Feet can be a little bit wider. They can be together, but I always find that if you widen the legs and the feet a little bit, it is helpful just to widen that space up into the sacrum, the pelvis. And then we're going to tuck the toes under just to create some length in back body first. So as you tuck the toes under, I want you to press the toes, all of them into the floor. When you do that, you'll find knees and shins will float up off the floor. Yeah, good. Reach back through your heels. And then as your chin is on the floor, I want you to reach forward through the top of your head. So heels, legs are reaching back, top of the head is reaching forward. And you can feel some length coming into the back body and just breathe here. See if you can let your pelvis, your sacrum, your widening through lower back. Good, one more breath. And then you're going to start to soften the press of the toes. Relax the top of the feet back onto the floor. Now we're going to go into rooting to rise, to come up, to start to strengthen lower back now. So just listen to the cues. Gaze stays down. Okay, so as you exhale, I want you to start to root your belly button into the floor, your lower belly, your pubic bone. Some of you can even feel the top of your thighs root down. The rebound will be your torso, and your head will start to float up as you inhale. Keep the gaze down, reach some energy out the top of your skull. Breathe here as you keep pressing abdomen into the floor. Feel lower back engaging to support that lift. And then soften, control the descent down. Good, we're going to do that again. So as you inhale, exhale, press belly, belly button, lower belly, hip bones, maybe even upper belly into floor, top of thighs, come up. Yeah, good. Some of you will feel as you keep pressing the upper thighs into the floor. Some of you may even feel knees and shins float up, and some of you may not. Keep breathing as you're up there, and then slowly release the pressing of the belly as you slowly descend yourself down. Nice. We're going to do that one more time. You can wiggle a little bit in between. Inhale, exhale, press abdomen into the floor, top of the thighs. Let whatever part of the bodies that want to float up off floor come up. Reach back through toes, forward through top of the head. Keep pressing belly into the floor as you hover here, as you breathe, and then slowly lower down. Good. You're going to bring arms up. So your forearms, line up with the top of your mat. Yeah, there you go. Forehead comes on to resting on the back of the hands. We're going to lift our shins and our feet up off the floor and just let our shins and our feet flow from left to right in the air. I've just got my head turned to the side so you can hear me easily. Okay, your pelvis may or may not come off the floor as you roll from left to right, just bringing in a little fluidity. So we had that grounding of earth and that fire that we built in and strength. And now we're bringing a little bit of water into balance. Beautiful. Feel your breath. Just let this movement become your own. This is a really good time. You can feel belly is having a little resistance of expanding because the floor is there. So it's really good for the diaphragm here. We're strengthening diaphragm because breath kind of flows through lower back a little bit more when we're on abdomen. Good. And you'll notice, okay, I feel like my legs are ready to descend back down to the floor. So let them release. Nice. Now you're going to take arms, and I'm just going to pull my mat a little bit away from the wall because I'm a little bit snug here. There we go. Okay, so now we're going to strengthen upper back. Okay, this one might be a little bit more challenging for some of us. Okay, so just take note. That's okay, right? And if it is a little bit challenging, it might be something you go, maybe I can practice this one more time throughout the week, right? To help my back muscles. So this is upper back. So this is the muscles right in between the shoulder blade. They're called our rhomboids. So sometimes if we feel our heart dropping or we kind of feel like we're slumping, which I don't know about you, but I feel at different times throughout the day. If I'm on the computer, if I'm tired, right? Or if I'm gardening, we hunch over so much in life, right? So these are the muscles that we want to strengthen. So your arms are going to be, so you're in a cactus arm. So elbows are in line with the shoulders. So you're not too high. If you need to be a little bit lower, that's fine. But find that your forearms and your hands are parallel to body. And the chin can softly come down. We're going to do this in a couple different intervals to feel this. So as we inhale, same foundation that we just did. As we exhale, I want you to press belly into the floor. As your torso starts to lift, I want you to feel the back of the hands, the elbows start to lift up towards the ceiling. Squeeze your shoulder blades towards spine. Breathe. Yeah, excellent. Now, slowly release torso, head down to the floor, arms come back down. Good. So we did lower back. Now we're doing upper back. So let's try that again. Inhale, exhale. Same foundation of rooting belly, top of the thighs into the floor. As the torso starts to float up, let the back of the hands, elbows come up, reach up towards the ceiling, squeeze the shoulder blades. Now notice, can I feel middle? Can I feel lower? Keep breathing. Can I feel upper part of shoulder blades squeezing? And then soften, release, unwind. Good, you have one more. Inhale, exhale, press belly, thighs into floor. When torso starts to lift, let back of the arms, hands, elbows reach up, squeezing the shoulder blades. Yeah, you got it. Take another breath there, floating there. Keep the squeeze and then release. We're going to support our forehead just like we did, lifting shins and feet up, letting them wiper. Sometimes your body says, oh, I need to turn my head to the side. So if that's the case, you can also have your head facing one direction as you wipe your legs. Just invigorating upper body, lower body. And then we fired up our core today. So just really coming in and feeling the essence of body, bringing a grounding in. As you're ready, you can turn your head. If you had your head turned to one side, flip it to the other. At any time the legs want to pause in movement, you let them descend to the floor. Oh. Okay, last one we're going to do. Some of you know this one. It is called seal position. So you can extend your arms forward. They're going to reach towards the center of the room. Yeah, you got it. Now you're going to let the hands slide a little bit back towards head and let the elbows just tinily wing out to the side. Okay, let the gaze come down. So back of the neck is long. Always have a tendency to want to reach the head forward and compress the back of the neck, but we want to keep it long because the part of our vagus nerve that we regulate in this class comes out the neck. And so we just want to make sure we always keep a widening through the neck. So once again, exhale. We're going to press belly into the floor. Same thing, just layering on top of the thighs. Now, as the torso starts to float up, I want you to start to press the floor away through your hands. Your forearms, your elbows, your upper arm will come off the floor and the arm will straighten. So you're pushing the floor away. Yeah, exactly. Aha. Let the elbows just bend a tiny bit. Keep pushing the floor away. Keep widening the sit bones, spreading the lower back. And then you're going to soften the pressing of the belly and soften the pressing of the hands slowly as you slowly descend back down. This is called seal pose. So just creating an opening, a release now. Now, if that felt good, you can stay there. If you want to kind of bring the hands a little bit closer, you'll feel a little bit of a different opening. So you might come a little bit closer of dropping the hands towards your mat, towards your shoulders. Now exhale. Feel your inhale flow in, create some space. As you exhale, press belly into floor. Start to press hands into floor. Forearms will float up. The closer you bring your hands, the more you might find yourself coming up. Then you can stay up, or you can always drop elbows to the floor. Maybe support it a little bit more underneath shoulders, and then root the elbows into the floor. Hey, let the gaze just be in front of you, nice and soft. Widen your shoulders, drop the shoulders down away from your ears. Yes, you got it. This is called Sphinx. So we're either in seal, which is so nice for opening back, or Sphinx. They each do something a little bit different. When you feel ready, I'm letting you decide how long you want to be here. When you feel ready, you just press into hands, lift up a little bit, elbows wing out to the side, come down. We're going to do a little wipering of legs again when they will feel ready to come up. And we're going to do this just for a couple more breaths, not too long, because we're going to release up on hands and knees. So we're going to bring hands right underneath the shoulders now. Elbows are going to wing out. So we're just going to bring elbows a little bit closer towards torso. Drop the legs down onto the floor if you haven't already. Exhale, press belly, hands into the floor. Come up into a little mini cobra by pressing the floor away. And then I want you to lift up a little bit more. Let the pelvis release back. Widen your knees for a moment. Just going to go into flexion of the spine. Hey, hands are going to slide back. You decide how far back the heels, the buttocks wants to go towards the heels. I feel that walking arms to one side. Just going to release side body, lower back here. Breathe. So if your arms went to right side off your mat, you're going to breathe through left side of your body. So arms can reach a little bit forward, pelvis can sink back. Notice if knees need to be a little bit more widened, or if you feel okay with the pressure, belly pressing against thighs. When you're ready, body will say, okay, I'm ready to move to the other side. So you're going to pass through center, then you're going to go to the other side. So whichever side you went to, I'm on left, so I'm going to breathe through right side. That's where I feel the release. You breathe into the side that you feel the release. This is really good for releasing side body, each side of the lower back, the hips, the rib cage. Might be a good time to invite a breath out of mouth, a sigh, a sound. Ah. Nice work. You're going to come back into center. Just pause in center for a moment. So if your head doesn't come to the floor, remember you can stack your hands, your arms again to support forehead. You can keep them forward. Another option here, which I'll just show, you can bring the palms of the hands together. Lift forearms, hands up off the floor, and let the hands come towards the back. They might stay together, they might open up, and palms might just rest on the upper back. Notice your breath, belly expand, inhale. Belly soften, exhale, feeling that diaphragmatic breath here. Meeting yourself in this space of pause, letting the rhythm of flow of breath be present with you. Good. We're going to release, if you have the hands on the upper back, release forearms, hands back down to the floor. Hey, draw the hands back closer to the shoulders. You're going to come up onto hands and knees. If it doesn't feel good on wrists, drop down onto elbows. If it doesn't feel good to be on knees as well, we can always go into seated for this one. I'm going to show it first on hands and knees. I'm going to be on elbows and knees. My wrists want me to be off them right now. So you're going to start on pelvis. So it's a wave up the spine. So you're going to start pelvis, sit bones reaching down towards the floor. The lower back will start to round up towards ceiling, then the lower rib cage, then the back door of the heart and between the shoulder blades will open. Neck and head will surrender down towards the floor. Then you start with pelvis lifting, sit bones, tailbone lifting up towards ceiling. Inhale, lower back arches. See if you can move through the ripple of the spine, through middle back. Shoulder blades will squeeze together on this one. Gentle gaze forward, and you're just going to flow back and forth. Start pelvis, feel the wave ripple through lower back, middle back, neck, head, and gaze is the last to receive. Hmm. Got it. Just let yourself be there and then check in. Is there a little bit more movement that wants to come in? I love giving that invitation to body to see maybe from this linear flexion and extension, there wants to be an inhale. So you bring the whole body forward. You might need to widen your legs for this as you exhale, sink the pelvis back to a place that feels good for you. A little bit of opening on the hips. Other option is to be on hands and knees or elbows and knees and circle around. So letting the spine imagine that it's jumping rope. And as it circles around, you can feel that you're getting into some places that maybe are a little bit tight. This is your practice. You listen to body anytime you need to pause, pause. Let breath be your companion as you flow through movement. Hmm. Nice. So you have a choice here. If you feel body says, I just want to pause back in child's pose, you can. If you want to be a little bit more dynamic, my body's asking me for a little bit more dynamics. You might join me, bringing the arms, the hands a little bit farther forward. So they're not stuck in, right underneath shoulders, but a little bit in front. And notice if you widen fingers that the pinkies are just touching the outer edge of the mat. Tuck toes under, relax the head. Inhale. Feel hands, exhale, feel feet, press hands and feet into the floor. Let pelvis lift up. Just going into our inverted V. You okay, Laura? Laura, you okay? Yeah. Okay. I just wanted to check in. Yeah. I could feel something. If being inverted is not working, don't go there. Good. Walking out your downward dog. We are transitioning into standing. So if you do feel, oh, I don't want to be there, I just want to step forward, go into a half forward fold and come up to standing at any time. Feel free. Those of you that want to stay here and walk it out, you walk it out. Stay stepping feet to hand, hands slide back to feet. You can find a half forward fold, a full forward fold. You can have the knees bent, which will help to regulate blood pressure, and just pause in a half chair pose. Hey, when you do feel ready to come up, just press feet into the floor. Unfurl the spine as you come up to standing, your choice if arms reach up or not. Exhale to heart. Arrive in standing. Let the arms and legs shake out. Good. Now, let's just take note that when we do swing twists, that we're not hitting our neighbors, so we have enough space. Maybe stagger front back if you need to. And just let the arms swing just a little bit from side to side. We're just going to start to tap body a little bit so you can feel palm of the hand or back of the hand come into body. Just give a little tapping. Arms may travel up in height. Maybe you tap more upper arm, lower back. Sometimes our fascial system gets really tight in the lower back. So we're going to bring in tapping as we slow it down. So if you are feeling a little bit of lower back pain, you can take your hands, back of hands, and just start to tap the lower back. This is also going to get you to connect into your kidneys and your adrenal glands. Okay, you can tap hips, grounding a little bit more into body, going down legs, little bend to bend the knee, tap inner thigh, back of the thigh. See if you want to go into shin. You don't have to, calves. And then start to travel up legs, re-grounding up into body. Good. Come up into belly, heart. Okay, you're gonna take right hand, just grab the top of your shoulders. Give them a little squeeze. So one, and just feel that squeeze. Just grab the traps for a second. So right on the trap muscle. So here's shoulder, and then go a little bit inside. Yeah, I feel that little kind of strappy kind of place there. Yeah, you can feel it. Just give a little massage and just notice, oh, how much am I holding in my shoulder? Let's let that go. Just take a few breaths out mouth. Wow. Sometimes just even squeezing it and holding it for a moment, adding a little bit of compression to shoulders. This flows up into head and down into heart, and then just slowly release that. Okay, then you're going to do other side. So you're going to grab that strappy part of the upper trapezius. Give it a little squeeze. Those of us that do a lot of work on the computer, or maybe we do a lot with our hands, we might be holding here. You might massage it out. You might just find a spot and go, whoa, okay, I just need to squeeze and hold there and breathe. Ah. On the exhale, there's that invitation to let go. Yeah, you got it. Before we do our foot rolling, we're going to release that, and then we're just going to feel a few shoulder rolls just to get into creating a little bit more fluidity. So we're just going to draw the shoulders up, going to create a little compression there of what we just squeezed, and then we're going to roll them back. Feel the shoulder blades squeeze together as we exhale out the mouth. Maybe the knees bend. You choose. Inhale, nose, squeeze up, roll back, exhale, mouth. Ah. So I want you to let go of anything that you're holding through shoulders. Are you carrying weight for someone else? Ah. Are we placing maybe too many expectations on self right now? Can we be kinder and softer? Ah, we're gonna flow through. And then when you're ready, you're gonna go opposite directions. You're gonna feel squeeze, shoulder blades up, squeeze shoulders up, and then just let go. Ah. So we're all gonna look a little bit different in our movement, just celebrating our uniqueness as we move here in our self-expression. And then whenever you want to flow into inhale, squeeze, little kumbhaka, which means a breath retention. And then you're just going to exhale, maybe drop the shoulders. Let's do that again, this time pressing feet into floor. As we inhale, draw shoulders up, feel the squeeze. And then as you exhale out mouth, let it go. One more time, press feet, draw up, you squeeze, you hold, let go when you're ready. I always like to do the second variation because sometimes this really releases as we inhale, draw up. First lip breath, a slow descent of the shoulders, as slow as you can as you blow the breath out mouth. Lowering the shoulders down. This time, press feet into the floor as you inhale, draw shoulders up again. First lip breath, slow descent, letting the tension just float away. If body asks for one more, you do one more. If not, you just pause. Slow descent for those of you joining in. One more movement. Take a moment when you're done to turn palms to face forward. Open heart, open mind. Breathe here. Eyes can be softly open, just looking on the floor in front of you. Or some of you feel okay to close eyes, but if you're feeling a little bit of dizziness, just keep eyes open, gazing at floor. Notice all your toes. Wiggle fingers to keep them relaxed. 2 more breaths, maybe 3, depending on your rhythm. As we ground into this upright position, we're going to lift gaze, open eyes.